Alrighty guys, welcome. How are we all doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, as always. Very good evening. Apologies about late start as per usual on Tuesday, but nonetheless, I am here. Better late than never, as they say. So looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today. Looks like the analysis on GJ is playing out. To be honest, guys, I've been in a buy from very early today, based off more key level more than anything, based off 200. So I've just let it run, just trialing something. But I'm still looking for a continuation buy in accordance to my analysis, which I sent into the Discord group for Asian session. But I'm currently running 34 pips, so just gonna let it do its thing. I'm not gonna close it. Definitely a break even though, because I'm going to look to add to this position. So without further ado, guys, we will do the analysis moving forward as per usual on GJ, gold, GU, and possibly NAS if anyone else has any requests. As always, guys, feel free to send those in and I will have a look at those for you shortly. Hopefully you're doing well. Let me know how you're going in the chat. Is anyone in any trades currently? If so, what are you looking at? What are you in? And if you have any questions or any charts, YouTube guys, feel free to send those in and I'll promptly get to those. But without further ado, let's have a look at GJ, because it does look like it could be providing potential option moving forward. So we'll see what we can do. So starting with the GJ. So as I mentioned, we're respecting that 200 key level, that psychological round number. The weekly candle, we are pulling back quite significantly into the previous candle. I did mention yesterday, if we do respect the low of that previous weekly candle and begin to flip and head back up above that 200 level, I think there's a high chance that we will continue to the upside. Looking at it on the daily time frame and further confluence, now we've got the daily creating a high low high high. The previous daily was a strong bullish candle, once again long wick into this previous level of support to the left hand side to close back bullish. So we do have a high low high high to that previous candle. Begin to break our own high. I feel it's a high probability at that point there we could continue to the upside. Having said that, seeing we have that high low high high, there is no need for us to pull back and break our own low. That point there, starting to head back towards that 200 level, and there's a chance if we do start to populate support just around that level there, that we will continue to the downside. So structure wise, we are bullish with counter probabilities to the upside. Looking at the 4 hour, the structure on the 4 hour is still bearish based off this closure from last Friday. It's a slow trickle to the upside. We've got a current candle engulfing that previous candle, but nothing, obviously we can't confirm it until this candle closes in next to just under 2.5 hours. But we do have a high low high high, so based off that, counter probabilities are now to the upside, in line with the daily structure, in line with the weekly candles as well. So looking at counter probabilities so far, everything suggests potential continuation to the upside. I'm just going to draw in resistance at the current level, and I'll obviously be adjusting this once I go down to the M30. As for the support, I'll just mark it on the M30. To the upside, we've got some very clean traffic above that previous day, current daily candles high. So let's just see, once we go down to the M30, what we've got. I know I've got resistance at these highs, I can mark it in, but I mean, we're quite a distance off it, so I feel like it's not really of much relevance right now, moving forward into this particular session, unless we do begin to pop above and make a clean move up. So all right, can mark in the current daily candles lows as the support form that level. So as per the analysis I sent into the Discord group prior to at the end of the day, daily close, the start of a new day, basically I was looking for price to pop back down towards that 200 level to pretty much either level of support around that level. So we had this level here, which it eventually respected. We had another level a bit further down, and look for basically just price to remain above it and look for your catalyst. So it was a bit of a catalyst just here, but I was pretty much in it already as this candle flipped, to be honest. So just trialing it out. Again, it wasn't a huge lot size, but it's doing really well right now. So that is that earlier position. However, what we can see, the M30 structure, we are technically, you can argue we're still technically bearish. Sort of does resemble a swing just here. However, irrespective of the structure, what we are doing is creating some high lows, higher highs within the micro trend. So if we begin to break above current daily candles high, the resistance formed at that level, got some clean traffic to the left. So within the current daily, we've formed support at the current daily candle's low, potentially creating a lowest point for a new daily candle. There is no need to pull back and break that level. So if we were to pull back down to that support and start to pop back down to that 200 sort of level, at that point there, I feel sales are going to be on the table. We do have a high low, higher high in a daily time frame. So once again, should not need to really break that support, close below that support formed at the daily low. If we do so, I'm going to be looking for my potential sell options, guys. So I'm just going to put sells below. Now, as for the buys, so have we had any sort of exhaustion on this move to the upside? I've had a little bit of a pullback on the 15 minute. We've had triggered in or closed one bearish candle. So right now, if we close strongly above this resistance with 18 minutes left roughly until London open, sorry, not NY, that's later on, then it could be options to potentially buy it at the open. However, if we do reject just now, seeing we are still, you could argue, technically bearish, what sort of catalyst do I need to see? Well, we've got the 15 minute support formed at this point here, around that 200.36 roughly. So if price begins to pop below that level, we actually close below this candle. It's going to close a bearish engulfing M15. It's going to close the M30 back bearish below the body of below the open of that previous bullish candle. That would be a catalyst to me to look for a potential sell option to take it back down towards the current daily candle's low. So that potentially could be an option. If I was to do it, I'm going to probably have to do it on a different account. I have a few. So if I was to look for the sell, so I'm going to be looking for the sells back below. Just depends on the closure. Otherwise, buys above, guys. Buys above the current daily candle's high. On continuation, how I will enter just depends on the approach. If we do close above, if we do come from back in this range, and I'm going to need to see a closure above. Otherwise, if we approach with the volume, close up near the highest point in the current daily candle, I could look for potential impulse entry. So there are going to be options there. So sells below, buys above. But once again, guys, as I explained yesterday, it's not as simple as just means you sell it because price pops back below that level. You need to wait for the confirmations. Same as the upside. Doesn't mean we just buy it because price moves into that level. We need to wait for our confirmation. Now, if we do pop back down to that support, obviously, and respect it, they're going to be options to buy it back up towards the current daily candle's high. Even if we briefly pop below that 200 level, only to close back above it, then I would still look for my options to buy it from that support. So that is GJ. Hopefully that makes sense. Please smash that like button, guys. Let's get the likes up there. Let others know I am on stream, albeit late on a Tuesday. And we can now have a look at the gold. Tell you what, I'll tell you one thing for nothing's freezing here. It was so cold this morning. 3 degrees in Melbourne overnight. It was like, I don't know, it was like being stuck in a bloody cool room or something. It was freezing, really cold. All right, onto the gold. So let's take a look at what gold is up to so far today. So the weekly, first of all, look at that. Look at that, guys. What did I say yesterday? Around that level. It's literally bounced back above that 50. So it's popped below it, but we are respecting it. So let's just go down to the 30 minute. Look at that. Pop below it, but we end up closing back above it. We end up forming support back above it. So at the moment, we're really respecting that 50%, that previous weekly candle. So, I mean, based off that, then all you're really looking for is a high high to be created, and then we could start trending to the upside. That's just cutting through all the other time frames, guys, but we will nonetheless go through it all. So the weekly, still strong bullish based off the previous weekly candle. Once again, pulled back to a level that of interest that we could have potentially grabbed liquidity from before we really head back up. Not yet creating up a wick. Let's just mark in that open of the current weekly onto the daily time frame. We still remain bullish in structure, but we did, however, close back bearish. On the flip side, no lower wick, so let's mark in that level and just see what we've got below it. So we are technically bullish with a previous daily closing back bearish, so it doesn't really leave that great deal of confidence for us in our direction. Looking at the 4-hour structure, and this remains bearish. What we are doing just now is potentially creating a lower high. So we've created a low, a high low, but now we've obviously created a resistance at the most recent level, which is the current day's high. So let's just mark that in. And as for support, it's a very narrow range right at the moment on gold. That was obviously from the news yesterday. All right, so that's the current range, but we're going to adjust this in the M30. So we might have a wider range based off the M30. So technically bearish with counter probabilities almost to the downside. The current candle about to break below the previous. So now I'm just going to adjust this, and I'll just do that. All right, and I'm going to mark in another level of support just here. And what we can see below 23.1850 roughly. Actually a decent, quite clean traffic up. We've got consecutive bullish candles, high lows, high highs. So at that point there, what I'm likely going to be doing, once I can find the path tool, is wait for price to pop back down to support. It's either going to respect it, where we could potentially look to buy it, or it's going to reject it, start to pop below. As long as I get my catalyst, I could look for a potential sell option, guys. So possible sells below 23.1850 roughly. And that would be, once again, the daily would have flipped bearish as well. It'd be in line with the previous daily candle. Now, as for the buys, so the 30-minute structure itself is bearish. But we've got the daily and the weekly as bullish. We've got the 4 hours bearish. So the bias is neutral. I still don't mind potential buys above this support. But sorry, buyers, not sellers. I do favor the sellers, if I'm to be honest. Now, further sell options, if price does still pull back, respect the current daily candles high, the whole big level of resistance, to be honest, guys. We could just adjust this slightly, incorporate that wick to the left. And I would say if we pop back up and really reject anywhere around that 23.27 sort of level, obviously not just look for a wick and sell it. Need to see some sort of confirmation. But if we do reject this whole resistance level, I'm just going to be waiting for my catalyst in price action to potentially sell. We could just pull back up to grab some more liquidity. However, if we were to continue bearish, I wouldn't really expect us to pull back up and break the high of the previous daily candle. Doesn't mean we won't or can't do it. So that is this level here above 23.27.660. So that is what I'm looking at on gold. Oh, GJ, wow, it's pumping. At the moment, 42 pips up on GJ, and it's put me in some nice profit for the week. So just going to trail my stops on GJ right now. I'm going to trail it to about 20 pip profit. Well, let's see. All right, who we got here today, guys? 34 of you on stream, 12 likes. Something doesn't add up there. Something a little bit off with that ratio. All right, little poll for you. Very easy one today. All right, who we got? Parksonization, good morning to you. Branko, good morning, brother. Mr. Benny Chamberlain, great to see you in the chat, brother. I know you're busy, so I do appreciate it as always. And I hope you're and Steve D, likewise with you. I know you're a very busy man. My YouTube member. Hope you're doing well, brother. Great to have you. Chard, brother, have been a little sick today, but because that I'm home today for a session. Okay, well that's all right. At least there's some positive out of it. I hope you're not too bad though. Goats, good afternoon to you. Hope the weather's a bit better in Sydney than what it is in Melbourne. Dot, good morning to you. And that's about it. Anyone else in the chat? Please don't be shy to say g'day. Wow. GJ. GJ. Anyone in any trades, let me know. Type in the chat 1 for yes, or sorry, Y for yes, N for no. Let me know, guys. Let's get this chat rocking. I want this to be a stream with, you know, it's a really positive vibe. We have the chat flowing. A lot of engagement. Feel free to ask questions, say g'day. Dawn, nice one. Archer woke up a bit late, otherwise we'd be in buyers and 15 bearish week close. Just here? Yeah? Or here? I think you're talking about here, brother. Sure. So I've basically got in as this counter flip, and yeah, risky. But it was more the fact that the level was at and the level was respecting. So did not go near a full normal risk, obviously. But right now it's in some really nice profit. My actual target's 20. I've got 200 point. What is it right now? 866. Oh yeah, I want a 201.35 is where I'm actually going to move it to, and just keep trailing this up. No below. Oh, okay, yep, that one I looking at, all good. After M30 engulfing, this one. Or this, not this one. Alright, could be limit order buys on GJ, guys. This is the time when I would use limit order. What we've got here, first of all, we're trending. There's volume in the market. It's coming to a high time volume as well. We have triggered in some sellers, albeit on a 15-minute count, but we have trapped some sellers at this level. Wipe those out. Popped above the current daily candles high. So we're hovering above the previous daily candles high. We've got counter probabilities to the upside. So the option could be at London Open. As long as we remain quite significantly above this resistance, I could potentially look for a buy limit order as price taps back into the most recent resistance. Now, there are a few options. Could use the fib, marking a 50%, and use that as maybe the first point of entry if it does close right up near its high, because seeing it's quite significantly above. And from what I've seen, and again, some screenshots I've been taking, a lot of time it taps into around the 50. So you could set a buy limit around the 50, or possibly a 618, guys, because that actually taps into the resistance. So you might say you might have a small entry at the 50, small entry at 618, which is the resistance. So that is a potential option moving forward on GJ, guys. So make of that what you will. And I'll just send in a link if anyone wants to join. You guys know the deal. If you are to join in the chat, please make sure we do watch on another device, the YouTube stream. Can't afford to lose viewers on YouTube. I don't get enough as it is, so I need you guys on the stream at the same time. But you know what? You guys can help me by smashing that like button. So we're waiting on GJ, potential GJ buys. Quickly, let's have a look at gold. Let me delete that. Alright, so gold's tapping into that level, that support. Don't have a callus at all just yet. 15 doesn't look fantastic for a buy option. Honestly, I kind of want to sell gold, but it's not ready for a sell as well.
Good morning, bro. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you?
Good, bro.
That's it, man. That's
I
it.
thought let me jump in,
What's that, mate?
I said let me jump in the session. I can never be
Oh, in London.
at long
Yeah,
session, Yeah, exactly.
that's it, man. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Hopefully you're not feeling too bad. So
No, yeah, just a little sick. I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. It's cold, warm, cold, warm.
yeah, okay. Bloody cold here. That's all I can say. Too cold for me. Too cold for me. But nothing you can do about that, can you? What are you looking at right now?
Almost the same thing you're looking at now. I would prefer on GA maybe a pause now.
Yeah.
Because
Big
you're
push.
coming all the way from the lows, like it's almost all bullish candles.
Yep.
But it's quite bullish, and you have very clean candles to the left. So
Yeah. Well, I've got 48 pips on the table.
that's nice.
So
From all the way to the lows. Huh?
yeah. It's just something I was trialing, so it's a lot smaller entry size, but it's still significant returns. I'm running 50 pips in profit right now, so
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, happy to layer in, but I mean, if this thing just continues right now, that's a risky impulse entry if anyone was taking it. Because first of all, it's closed below the resistance, the 4 hour. Second of all, the counter prior to wasn't the strongest. Plus, you don't really have much of a lower wick. Well, if anything, you got a tiny lower wick. So yeah, would have been a tough one. As it, can I show GU? How long we got left? 2 minutes. Let me quickly take a look at GU. Looking a bit like GJ. I'd be looking for GU buys at London Open based off the pullback. Just quickly, I mean, without doing the analysis, but we're popping above and looks like we're closing above a resistance form within the move to the downside in daily. Previous daily closed back bullish as well, so just using the daily M30 as your sort of confluence. 4 hour looks like it could head down further, but yeah, if we want to continue bearish, then likely we should have respected the most recent resistance form within the current daily count and moved to the downside. Seeing we've popped above that level, and there's a high probability at this point here we will continue to the next level of resistance around that 127.10 sort of level. So I probably want to get involved on maybe a down wick, tapping into this previous resistance. Or actually, I feel in this case, because it's not trending and it's come from a downward impulse to the downside, I'd rather just get involved with momentum as it creates a higher high. So maybe taps in to that resistance and it begins to break above it. I just clicked that 3 times and it's not worked. Like so. So pull back and move away from that resistance, pop above that catalyst candle. That could be your option. Has there been a tap in? No. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking at. But anyway, guys, GJ, so we're 15 pips above that resistance. Let's see. Could be impulse entries. Just that is a strong catalyst and we're into clean traffic. So I'll let you know if I'm going to enter on the downwick and entry. Right, it's London Open, so we've left a bit of an upper wick. Alright, I might set a buy limit, sorry. Or might execute buy limit. I'm going to set it at the 50 mark. Perhaps into that resistance. There is momentum though. So the other option is just to buy it. It's created a decent lower wick. We've got a strong catalyst. Buy upon continuation, but I'd rather get involved on the lower wick. But if it breaks the high, you got clean traffic to the left. It's created a decent lower wick. What other level is it pulled back to? Oh, the wrong way to use the fib. 382. 382 is the next level that I'd want. 200.56 roughly. 200.56. That is the point 382. I think that's the golden zone, is it not? How did gold close? Alright, so gold still closed back bearish. Big pause on 15. And the good thing is we've tapped into support yet again. So if we start to close below it, still think there could be options to sell it. Alright. The other option is just simply a buy now as it breaks. That's option number 2. So 2 options right now. As it breaks its own high or as it pulls back to 382. That's what I'll probably be looking at as the options. Christopher, good afternoon to you. So let me get my shit together. Yeah, so I'm looking at, personally, I'm looking at that. Just to layer into what my trade. I'm looking at the pullback to the point 382, so around that 200.565. I've actually set a little order.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Franco, good morning to you. How are you, brother?
Hey. So far, so good, and you?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Interesting
Good to hear.
day so far. So
you was already successful.
yeah, more based off key level than anything. As per the analysis on during the Asian session in the day update.
Good to hear. A quick question to Geo right now, because it's coming down. Would you consider a limit entry?
No, I was saying on GU, I'd rather get involved on as it bounces off this level and breaks the high of that previous candle. Let it prove to me. Yeah, because it's just come from consolidation. So rather than actually pop back above it. Yeah, so that's what I'll be looking at.
Okay, understood, yeah. Okay.
Alright, GJ. So, alright, so the 38.2 and the 50 are the main levels that I'd be looking for price to pull back to. 50 lines up with basically that resistance. And you know what? I'm gonna set a little order at that point. So 50 is, hold on. $5.40. I've just got it at the resistance, guys. It's around 500. I'm gonna put it around 500. The order. Right on the dot, 500. 200.5. So to 38.2, this point here, it could layer in. But seeing I've already got one trade open, I'm just going to look for price pop back to the 500 level. And that will be my layering in to a winning position already. So that's what I'm looking at. Let me remove trade as token. TikTok, sorry guys, gold please. Yep, I've had a look at gold. So that's gold was coming back below support, so I'd be considering options to sell it below there, but not on the impulse, not from above the support, not within upper week, not at the session open. So right now, if it just goes down the next support, then I'm going to look for my options to buy it. Oh man, GJ, look at that. I'll quite pull back to the 382. Now the next option is if this 15-minute closes weak bearish, buys above the high. Definitely an option. Definitely an option because it formed a pause, it formed a minor resistance on the impulse to the upside. So if price was to begin to break above the minor resistance, and we do have clean traffic to the left, it's likely to continue to the upside. So that is going to be a really nice entry if it does present. Popping above this minor resistance 2 on the 15 to the left lines up perfectly with that level, so definitely that'd be another option. And my stop loss just below. Yeah, so gold right now, there's nothing for me on it. It's breaking. Let me just see something. What? Bring it. The delayed breakout, but it's not really breaking anything. The breakout in a downtrend is upon a continuation when price creates a lower low to in the trend. In this case, it's not breaking a low. It is technically bearish in the M30, but the actual breakout will be below this point here, to be honest. So it's not really valid in that respect, the delayed breakout. But what that would pretty much, what I'd like to see if that was to be the case is price pull back to retest this zone, reject it, and then you get involved as it breaks the low for the second time around. It doesn't look probable at this stage, seeing it looks like it's about to break again. GJ. Just hold for 5 minutes like so, and then could be options above. Cheers for the follows guys on TikTok, appreciate it. Balapi, good morning to you. know what's in this coffee, but some chunky bits. All right. All right, so I think it's a really good option now. If in the next 3 minutes and 45 seconds, roughly, this 15-minute candle closes a weak bearish candle. Buy stops above the high. I think that's a solid option. I'm gonna try to stop up on my early entry. So I got my stop loss on my early entry just below that resistance. Oh, gonna break down. Sexy, more into you. Esther, no, I just went through gold. Potentially on the next candle, but not now because it's broken from above that support. It's got no upper wick. Daily's flipped back bearish, which is good, but I'd like for it to close below, reject this level, and then potentially, it's not the cleanest on the 15 though. It's definitely not the cleanest level that's in at the moment on gold, but that's probably what I want to see, closure below. But definitely the focus right now for me is GJ. This is looking pretty good. TikTok, sorry guys. Sky Ranger, is this gold? Gold and GJ. So this is GJ, the screen I'm currently on. And TikTok guys, do follow if you have not done so. Cheers, appreciate it, Lumen. Want to get that up to 1,000. Quick smart. Also, I am streaming live on YouTube, so if you can't find me on TikTok, probably got a ban, so look for me on YouTube. Just look up A.C.T Forex and you'll find me streaming every London session. And also, you'll find a link to the Discord group, which is free. I'll be live for NY session today for the Discord. Alright, this 15 is looking good, guys. So, based off the 15-minute candle, next option, I'm giving you a few different options here. Couple pips above the high of the current candle. So whatever that is on your broker. So on my particular broker, I'd be looking around 670. $672. All right. So that's the option, guys. This price breaks the pause. Still trading quite strong bullish. We are trading strongly bullish. Break above this pause candle, there's a high probability we'll continue to see upside. M30 still 15 minutes, 14 minutes remaining. Not yet broke the high, well, just broken the high of the previous, so as it breaks zone high again. Spent a fair length of time creating slow wick. It begins to break again. There's a high probability of continuing to see upside. Lumen, check gold please. Yeah, gold, it's for me, it needs to close below this support to have any chance for me to get involved right now. Still not the cleanest, in all honesty. 15's quite choppy. Does look better on the 30, but I'm not really interested in buying it until we start to close back above that level. However, I prefer to buy it from lower down, to be honest. Make a clean move down. If you can't get involved in a sell, just let it create that clean move to cut through what is a bit of a mess in the 15, and then look for catalyst and price action. A bit of support to form from this support around 23.14, 23.13, and then head back up. That is what I prefer to be honest to see. It's just in a bit of a messy area right now on gold. GJ would have created a low wick in the 15 by the looks of it. Yep, even better. GJ looks good, guys. Miretti, GU. Yeah, I had a look at GU just before. So what I mentioned GUs, I want to see price retest this resistance it's just broken out of, and then look to enter as it begins to break its own high, break the high of the previous candle. That's the catalyst. So when it's coming from consolidation, I don't like the limit orders because it could be a fake out. This could be a fake catalyst. So one candle closes above, and then we sink back below. So let it show you that it's going to pull away from that consolidation, retest it, begin to pop above it, and that would give me the confidence to look for the buy, as opposed to getting involved as it taps in, because it could just sink right back into this consolidation, and then you're stuck in some significant drawdown if it did close back bearish, and who knows, probably at stop loss. Oof, it's a bit of volume here right now. GJ, I'm seeing it spike all over the place. So being triggered in. Trade number 2. Yeah, what's going on? What is going on, guys? Is there some news? There's no schedule news, but something must be breaking. Because GJ's is up and down like a yo-yo.
A little bit scary.
It is. It's... I don't know what's going on. But I'm in it, so let's see. I mean, there's ways to manage it too. If it breaks its own low, really has no need to do so. You can start cutting partials. But it's running nicely. So let's see. So I'm watching it on my terminal. I've got 4 pips on the table. There we go. Oof. This is not a great deal of volume. All right. Might get to break even on the second trade. Yeah, I had 8 pips on the table just then, so it's spiking left, right, and center, guys.
What? What's that, brother? Whoa.
I have no
Lots
idea.
Of volume. Bro, I was in it also, but I closed everything off at 8 pips.
There we go. There's your 10, guys. So I'm definitely at break even. And I'm gonna secure that position. It's just a small position. I've still got 62 pips running on the first entry. And how's that for a return after yesterday? So I've closed that small position, guys. And I've got just the original position. So actually, that position was bigger than my first position. First position was a feeler sort of trade. So I closed that one at like 9, roughly, in the end. But well done.
Nice job.
That's it. Who took it? Come on, guys. Let me know. let me
Nice
know.
trade, man. I also took it.
Nice one, brother. Good work. Good work.
But I closed everything off at 8 pips. It was lots of volume, man. So, yeah.
So is something going on? Was there some unscheduled news today?
Forex Factory is not always accurate.
Nah, Forex Factory is shit when it comes to that. Let's check financial juice. W, nice one. Genesius. RBA kept the rates the same. Obviously that's got nothing to do with it, but let's see here. Emergency strength, no idea, to be honest. If anyone can see something, so Dawn, nice one. TikTok, anyone take it? GU, yeah, I'll have a look at it shortly. YouTube, come on, smash the likes. And we'll see what else. It's a good start. Silver Fox, nice one. Good to see you on the stream. Nice one, Dawn. So that second entry, I will not be looking at it just now. It's made the move. That's in anticipation that it's going to pull back first, tag you in, then flip. Obviously, it's already flipped, so I will not be looking for that entry now. So now, if I was to look for buys, further buys, it'd be upon support forming back at this resistance, upon the actual retest and confirmation of support forming above it. That's what I'd be looking at personally if I was to look for a buy moving forward. Yeah, it's right here, the entry.
Yeah, if you look to the left also, you have those resistances to the left where it exactly rejects.
Just here?
A little bit more, no, a little bit more to the left. A little bit more. It's like, yeah, there you have all those wicks and there it exactly rejected.
Yep, okay, that's, yeah, potential level. All this, pretty much all this area.
Yeah,
but nice quick one. It was jumpy all over the shop, but is what it is. Still win. So only a few of you took it. That's all good. Some of you are probably still in it. It makes perfect sense to continue up. But so the confluence for that, guys, the 15-minute pause, weak pause candle. So once again, what that suggests to me is we've triggered in some sells at that point there. If we were to continue bearish, then we really have no need to pull back up, break the high of that bearish candle. We should just maybe do this and head back down to retest that previous resistance. However, once it begins to break above it, clean traffic to the left, then it's likely to continue up. So that was the entry, and it's definitely out of break even now. And you still had it open, but I closed the back on that one. That was a bigger, like I said, a bigger position. The original position is a smaller position, and I'm trailing the stop loss as it continues up. I'm just going to trail it a little bit more now. So just below the low of the previous 30, a little bit below it. Oh, still had the buy limit in. Better remove that. Nick, you got slipped? Really? Yeah, I was lucky. Normally I do, but not on this occasion. Thanks to IC markets. Yeah, it's a bit up and down, isn't it? IC markets. The only, well, I mean, the good thing about it is we know it's ASIC regulated. You and I know what that means. So nothing's going to go wrong with your cash on the exchange itself. So I feel very safe being having cash on IC markets. Any of the Australian brokers. Nick Ben jumping buys now. No, not now. A bit late if you weren't already in it. GU. All right. So a few people from the TikTok have asked about GU. Took it from South Africa. Nice one. Tabung Ludji. Nice one. Hopefully you've secured. Guys, if you on TikTok, if you're new, you just come across my stream. I'm a scalper, so I just take quick profits. Right now, I've got an intraday trade running as well, but on the streams, I'm looking for just small movements. So I'm quick to take profit, quick to cut when I'm in drawdown as well. That's just how I roll, because that's what works for me. So let's have a look first of all at GU. I've had a few requests from the TikTok on GU yet again. So it's rejecting. So what I was saying before, let's do proper top-down analysis. Let's tell you what, that's what we'll do. Starting with again the weekly. So the previous weekly candle to me is it's a weak bearish candle, but look at the weak rejection on it. Look at the previous candles here to the left. Look at that a little bit further to the left. It is a very strong level that price continues to reject. Not only that, we are now below 127 flat as well. So that's psychological round number. So based off that, I feel there's a high probability that we will continue to the downside. But as long as we respect the low of that previous weekly candle, there is still the possibility that we could end up pulling back up and potentially closing back a bullish candle on the weekly. But based off the previous at this stage, we are weak bearish. We've pulled back towards the open. That is a potential level price could grab some liquidity from before it heads back down. Now we can go down to the daily time frame and we can see structure wise we do remain bullish. We have respected support. We did close bullish on the previous daily candle, making a bit more of a pullback though now. So if we begin to break the current daily candles high, there's probably going to be options to look for a buy. So bullish at support, but the candle is forming quite a strong bearish candle right now, quite a strong pullback. So this is now where we go to the 4 hour. We can see, first of all, structure is bearish. Not only that, we've got candle probabilities to the downside. So based off the 4 hour, bearish engulfing candle, that suggests to me there is high probability that we could potentially come back down towards that previous daily candle's low still. So starting to see some conflicting stories on the different time frames. We've got the weekly bearish, we've got the daily as technically bullish, candle probabilities to the upside, but we've got the 4 hours bearish looking like it could come back down. So we're just going to mark in that resistance. If we potentially just grab liquidity for the current weekly candle yet again before we head back in line with that previous weekly candle, I'm going to mark in support. I'm going to include the lows and I'll just adjust it on the 30-minute time frame. Yep, I'll leave that in because it does tap into a bullish candle wick. As far as the resistance, leave that in. All right, so the M30 structure is also bearish. So based off that, I'd prefer to look for the sells if it were me trading GU today. Now, options. So a form support, current daily candles low. If we pop below it, let's just see what we've got to the left hand side. So pretty much just drag this across to that support just there. Let's have a look at the 15. It's a bit cleaner, I would say, on GU. We start to close below the current daily candles low, the support formed at that level. Seeing we have pulled back to create now, you could argue slightly higher high, I suppose, to that swing, but I mean, you could argue it's just one swing, and then you could say it's a lower high. So what you've done on impulse to the upside, create a high, high low, high high. This point here, flip structure bearish. Got a little bit of a swing just here. Create a lower low. You've actually flipped the structure bullish, if I'm to be honest. Be really technical about it, it's flip back bullish. So perfect closure below that support. Flip structure back bearish in the M30. flips the buyers back bearish because at the moment it's technically neutral. So closures below 126.887 roughly. And I would be all over, well, not necessarily, like, it just depends how it closed below, but I'd be looking for options to sell GU lower low on a daily as well. So you're adding plenty of confluence. You got the 4 hour lower high, lower low as well. M30 structure flipping back bearish in line, giving you then an overall bearish bias. So for me, that's what I'd be looking at. Sells below. As for the buys, we've recently formed resistance at this point here. So if we bounce off this support, respect M30 structure, gonna pop above 127 flat, really 127.0 or 127.02, back above 127 flat, psychological round number. There's a good chance we're heading up to 127.10. So I'd be looking at the buys above that level and nothing in between. Nothing in between this level at the moment. That's what I'll be looking at on GU. Hopefully that makes sense to the guys in the TikTok who have asked. YouTube guys, what is going on? Talk to me. It's like as soon as you take a trade, everyone just switches stream to find the next dude. Tommy, good morning to you. Hope you're well, brother. TikTok, shall I stream live or am I? Lark's Notation, boy too. Did you pop off the stream or something, man? When you, I think you must have hopped on at 6:30 AM, not realizing I was starting a bit later on Tuesday. Tabung, I'll just call you Tabung, man. You'll be here for NY, nice one. All right, so I may stream live on TikTok possibly, but if you can't, again, if you can't find me, guys, I will definitely be streaming for the Discord members. So make sure to jump across to YouTube stream, and there you'll find a link to the free Discord. I cannot post it into TikTok. I have a little thing on the screen. I don't know if you click it, if it does anything. It's supposed to be a little link window, but I don't think it does anything. I have no idea how TikTok works, in all honesty. Not one iota how it works. All right, GJ, popping back down. Where's my stop loss there? Let me. That's it. Don't tell me you just popped on Clark's Notation. You have. You missed some early fun on GJ. So look what happened as well, guys. It actually did eventually pull back down to the 382 and bounce off it. So anyone actually take that? For me, it wasn't valid once it popped up. But I feel it's a good way to get involved when you've had such a strong catalyst, like so, where it's closed significantly above a resistance and it's got a fair distance to pull back in order to tap into it. So as opposed to maybe looking for the limit order on the tap in, we know that there's the option of using the fib. You could target the 382, the golden zone, I think they call it, or the 50%, and you could potentially layer in. So I think I'm dropping quite a few golden nuggets today, guys. So if you can, make sure to hit the like button. Balance, you sold gold. All right, what's gold doing? Let's take a look at it. All right, so we got the closure below. It's tapped in. Oh, not as bad catalyst. Yeah, gold sales look pretty good. Gold sales look good. I'm not going to jump straight into it. I'm still running a Gbpjpy. But yeah, gold does look good because now it's pulled back and rejected. But you'd have to be in it already, to be honest. So for me, I'm not really interested in gold at the current level. It's not as clean as what GJ was or is. But it does look like there is potential for it to come back down to, first of all, 2670, 231670. Clark's annotation, you did. Oh, you caught it. Nice one. Good work, my friend. So next option is support. Simple. Proper retest, proper confirmation, and then look to buy it. Very simple. Believe it or not, amongst all this, the M30 structure is technically still bearish. Unless you include that as a swing. Because this is the impulse. This is the highest point of the impulse to the downside, which flipped the structure bearish. So as long as you remain below that level, I could argue it's technically bearish in structure itself. Although some people might consider this a swing. It does sort of look like one, but there's no real pullback. It's more just a pause. You got this one bullish candle and then we'll continue bearish, another bullish candle, continue bearish. But using daily counter probabilities, using a micro trend, using 4-hour counter probabilities, to me, it's definitely bullish. Wow, gold. Nice one. Yeah, nice one, guys. Everyone took it. Clark's annotation, really? Why every stream? I swear the link is set to not expire. Is he on stream now? Because if he is, I'll edit the stream link. Soul gold, nice one. Would it be? It's one of those ones you would quickly in and out because by the looks of it, we've given you about 10. Now it's popping back up to the entry. But nice one. That looks good. So options. Good to see your charts are moving. Yeah, let me know, Clark's annotation. I can update the link. It's like I have to do it every single stream. It's a bit of a pain in the backside, but gotta do it. Gotta do it, don't you? It's definitely worth joining though. I mean, it's especially during the Asian session because it's of a day my time. Quite a lot of activity in there. It's a good bunch of guys now. We get chatting during the Asian session. Talk some trade options. There wasn't much going on today. Even obviously overnight my time, there's a fair bit of chat going on. Obviously, if MY session open. Always highly encourage people to share analysis and share their thoughts and trades, hold themselves accountable. Wow, look at that. Nice one. Gold making moves. No markets behaving shady, both GJ and gold. Yeah, volume. I mean, GJ, that spike before was nuts. Trigger me in, pop back down like -5 or something, 6, and then pop straight back up into profit again and down again and up again. So I'm still not sure what was going on with the news, but got there in the end. Obviously, got the job done. So it was a nice quick W on GJ. Now waiting to see if support forms. Waiting to see if my runner gets taken out on first position from earlier today. So I haven't actually secured, I've just trailed the stops. That's all I've done. Alright, 47 people voted on that poll question from the chat on YouTube, and there's only 40 likes. And the only answer is yes, basically. Come on, guys. 10 more to get to 50. Bought some nice trades. Okay, some options. It's the least you can do. Alright, let's suss out some other pairs while we wait. Alright. Let's do some analysis on EU. That's a pretty popular one for the majority, the masses. So let's do some top-down analysis. Looking at good old EU. Biggest, most liquid currency major, well, currency pair there is in the Forex markets, EU, Euro, USD. Alright, so previous weekly, strong bearish candle, current candle, pulled back. Let's mark it in. Is it 50% of that previous candle? Not quite. Not quite just yet. So, still forming a strong bearish candle based off the previous. If we begin to break the low, there's a high probability we'll continue to the downside. However, there is quite a bit of support to the left, and we're heading towards a strong level of support on the higher time frame. Quite evident on the daily. As soon as you break below previous weekly candles low, you're right at a support. So hence why perhaps previous daily closed back bullish, bouncing off that level to the left hand side. We've broken a high of the previous daily candle. If we begin to break our own high yet again, the current daily candle's high, there's a good chance we will continue to the upside. We target potentially based off the higher time frame 108.10. So structure wise though, what we can see is it's technically bearish and won't flip back bullish till a closure above these highs here at 109.18, roughly 17. So bearish in structure, but with counter probabilities to the upside. Looking at on the 4 hour, that is also bearish, and look at that resistance, really strong level. So based off that, we have pulled back, so far created lower high. Very simple. What I probably want to be seeing now on EU, not just buys above the previous day's high, buys above this resistance. There's clean traffic to the left. It's a 4 hour level, lines up with this previous support. Now on the flip side, if we form support below it now on the 4 hour, and albeit a weak support, and if we begin to break it on the next 4 hour candle, there's a high probability it could continue to the downside. Having said that, it's quite choppy, the traffic to the left. I'm just going to change this to blue because it's not yet officially 4 hour support. We've not yet closed bullish in the 4 hour. So the 30-minute structure itself, technically that is a low low. So flip the structure. It's flip back bearish, flip back bullish just here, similar to GU, I think it was. So all right. So the option to buy it, seeing you got daily counter probabilities to the upside, seeing you got M30 structure bullish, that is the time frame I execute my trades based on. That's the catalyst I look towards on the 30-minute time frame. If price was to come back towards that 107.20 and respect that level, respect the current daily candles low, respect the 30-minute structure, I'd be looking to buy it back up towards the current daily candles high. So that would be the first buy option, seeing we're now approaching that level. Now, as for the sells, not sure there's... No, it's not going to be in a margin to take it back down, to be honest, below that level. So what I probably prefer to see in this instance is let price create a low low, cutting through some of that mess to the left, a nice clean impulse to the downside, then pull back, retest the previous support, confirm resistance, and that's when I prefer to look for the sell options. You can correlate it with a 4-hour closing back strong bearish if that is to be the case, or if not, if this 4-hour closes weak bullish, the new 4-hour begins to pop below, and then we again pull back to retest it and begin to pull away from it. That could be a sell option. Yeah, that's probably what I'd be looking at as far as the sells on EU. Now, further bias, as I mentioned, above the resistance, you got clean traffic to the left. It's a fair way off though, but that would definitely be an option. Buys above and sells back below. Again, if it does reject, then it could be options just to trade the range. If it does reject 4-hour resistance, as it's done multiple times. So as long as we respect it, and there's going to be options to sell it back down in the end yet again. So buys above, sells below. And that would be what I'd be looking at if I was trading EU. All right, GJ's tapped into the 500 level. Tapped into this support, more this previous resistance. Are we going to hold now? Wait and see. Like, okay, I haven't edited it, to be honest, man. Are you talking about on the stream? Because I would do that right now. I'll post an updated link for the Discord. I have no idea why it keeps doing it, because I swear to God, the link should not expire. I'm changing it again to never. Alright, let's see if this works. So Discord link, just give me a moment, I'll let you know. Alright, so I've updated it, so give it another go and let me know. Bismillah. Nice. Thank you. TikTok, thank you all you guys for all the follows. Do appreciate it. We'll have quite a lot of YouTube shorts and TikTok reels to be released. Probably as of tomorrow, I'd say. Alright, so what would be nice on GJ is a bit of consolidation now. On the 15, they've correlated for nice 30-minute closing back above at 200.5. That could be a catalyst to buy it. So it's a solid break and it's a strong retest right now. Nice move back down. Nice clean traffic. Wow, gold. Oof. GJ runner is my GJ trade is almost about to be taken out. My early entry from, see, currently 32 pips in profit. All right, YouTube, I need 5 more likes, guys. Yeah, let me know, Clarksonization. Let me know, please. Did it work this time? How's that? Gold. This is good. This is fine because what this move does is cuts through this shit on the 15-minute, cuts through this range and makes it now a nice clean range if it does continue to downside, and then it becomes, in my opinion, a lot more tradable moving forward. So even if this 4-hour close is a strong bearish candle, well, I know exactly what I'd be looking for on the next 4-hour candle come pre-NY. Retested this zone, break the upper wick, rejection, there's your sell options. So I like what it's doing right now. It's fantastic for those who are in it too. I mean, perfect. We did call it, but again, I'm running GJ trades, so. But that rejection twice is a pretty strong catalyst. The fact that also it popped back down below the current daily candles low, created a lower wick, broke the support just below it, closed below it, tapped in, retested it, rejected it. Pretty nice. Vishal, it was a bit late today live, but W trade, nice one. Thank you, brother. Better late than never, nonetheless. So I'll be on for NY, so hopefully catch you on the Zoom call. And also, guys, if you've not done so, just let me get it out of the way. Make sure you're following me on IG. This is the, see, this is, you know, it's not a scam. I've got the badge, so been verified with my ID and everything. So make sure to follow. I'll be updating. We'll be posting a lot of reels and that moving forward. Also get a little bit of a sneaky peek into my personal life. There's the lovely lady. There's my little man wearing his bling. Alright, so GPjpy pulling back further. All good. Still a bit keen on buying it lower down, guys. Reason being, it's still bullish in structure. It will remain bullish now until closure back below the current daily low. So the buys for me still be looking for the buys. Now the only time I would consider counter trend sell at this point would have to be likely closer to NY. So if we do consolidate, like I mentioned before, start consolidating around this 500 level, form that support only to close back into the range below that we've just broken out of, then potentially it could be a deeper pullback to come back towards the current daily candles low. That could be an option for later on. But otherwise, I'd just be focused on the buys for the time being. TikTok, you guys rock. Joel ranks, A.C.T Forex card.
Man, G was pushing down Justin.
Oof, wow. Yeah. Well, as far as it to me, it makes sense. If it broke its own low, it makes sense to, but I wouldn't have taken it personally.
No,
because it's just
I cannot find really an entry point on the M30.
No, I don't think there was, because it's just coming from consolidation, but it made sense as it creates a lower low, especially after rejection of the most recent bullish candle, a strong bullish engulfing candle. Pretty much didn't, well, obviously didn't engulf on the following candle, was a very strong bearish candle. But yeah, just not the right confirmation.
Yeah, maybe on the M50, but okay.
Yeah, still, yeah, very impulsive.
Yeah, not really.
Not particularly. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just one of those ones. Even though it makes sense, it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to give you a valid entry in accordance to, you know, our rules. Really? Cloxonization? How the hell is How is that possible? I've just updated it. All right, let me send it into here, into the chat. Let me send it into the YouTube chat. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Try that. Sorry guys, in TikTok I missed some of the comments. What have I missed? Monty, are you using Meta 5 through? Yeah, I'm using MetaTrader 5. Check on GJ again. Yeah, GJ, this level is key, so want it to be respected. So I've got my stop loss just below it on position I've been in since this support. Yeah, so if we do begin to pop a lot, there's a good chance we will continue back down towards the support at the opposite end of the range below. We respect it, and I feel there's a high probability later on into London session, maybe into pre-MI, that we're going to end up back towards the high, and there could be options for continuation buys. Who won the basketball today, guys? Boston clinched the series? Anyone know?
Justin,
Yeah,
I have to look. Soccer, European Championship is right now.
Oh, mate.
Germany.
Like I said, all I know is Lionel Messi and Ronaldo.
Okay, so maybe, I don't know, Ronaldo maybe can participate. I don't know if Portugal is qualified.
Yeah, I have no idea. Mate, the only other guy I know is Tim Cahill, a good old Aussie legend, but I don't think he plays anymore. I think he's a bit old. So,
okay.
Harry Kewell, Mark Bazuka, all the guys I knew. I had no idea. I've never been a fan. Didn't mind playing it a little bit in high school, just, you know, with mates and that, but was never into it as far as following any particular team or player or anything. Personalization worked, nice one. Yeah, for me it was all about Aussie rules and cricket and basketballs.
Yeah,
basketball,
so it started last Friday. So this is in Germany.
Yeah.
And yeah, so okay, so the European football is very strong. Let me say in this way, and yeah, quite interesting games are there. So to look, yeah, I think maybe also some English YouTuber are looking for football.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, to me, yeah. The only time again.
It's okay. You're a basketball fan. I know that.
Yeah, that's it, man. But also, if it's the World Cup, because just everyone goes nuts about it, it's the only time I might just check the score or whatever, see if, you know, Australia won. But otherwise, it just doesn't excite me, to be honest.
That's okay.
So different strokes for different folks. Not into golf, I know. How are you, mate? How you going?
I'm good. How about you?
All good, brother. All good. Just chilling.
How's it going?
Yeah, really good today. Took Gbpjpy earlier. I've been in a Gbpjpy from very early and still running. I'm just trailing to stop up below the resistance from down here. And we took some buys at London session, which got 10 and then pulled back. So quick little win.
Nice.
How about you?
Nothing today.
Nothing?
Nothing. No entry. No trade.
That's all good. You just
I missed the entry on EJ. So
yeah. Just there. Continuation.
I wasn't out like I was
here
on the
would've been
charts
good.
when that happened, but I wasn't keen on that one because I thought I missed the entry. For me would have been from the low, from below there.
Yeah.
So once I missed that, I didn't want to be chasing it again.
Yeah, I understand that. For sure. And that's what I mention quite often is sometimes you just gotta accept the fact that you missed the move. And you want to be comfortable in it, so sometimes you're not going to be comfortable after it's pushed already 40-50 pips. You might say, nah, I need to wait for a proper pullback. It might still be valid, but yeah, again, you want to be comfortable in the trades that you take.
And on the GU, because I wasn't on the charts, I wasn't on the stream for long, but when I came in, I heard you were giving some analysis on this. I think if this was to break its own the support from down here, I think it would continue to the downside, because looking at the weekly candle, the way the weekly candle closed with a very long wick to the top side and a small body, I think it has pulled back just sufficient enough. If it would break its own the low of the previous weekly, it should continue to the downside.
Correct. 100% agree. As far as the way the previous weekly closed, long wick to the upside, rejecting all this to the left, closing back below the resistance, I would target around the open of that previous candle as a potential high point that price could pull back to. Just pull back to just below that level. And it's now flipped back bearish. So yeah, if it breaks the low of that previous weekly candle, then GU sells look really good. Really good. So there's still plenty of options.
That's what I'm looking at for this week on GU.
Still plenty of options.
Yeah.
And if it respects it, then maybe there's still going to be buys.
Because if you look at it, it's kind of showing signs of change of structure. If this would not break, if this will respect the low, then it will probably retest the high and probably break it to continue to the upside.
Yeah,
so let's see what happens.
That's it. For respect support, then it could probably just trade at range bound. So look for some catalyst from support. So yeah, I agree, my friend. Ben looking for some potential gold buys this morning if the opportunity presents itself around 23.12 levels. Yeah, I think that's a good option. Yeah, just play the range, play the support. The weekly, yeah, I mean, it's still pulling back quite significantly into the previous candle. It's probably starting to pop below 50% yet again. So wouldn't want it to start forming a resistance below that level. So I'd just be using this whole level of resistance, that grey level, and if it does begin to pop below it, close below it, and reject it, then next destination likely is around that 2300 sort of level again. It could be right back near the previous weekly candle's low. So yeah, I agree as far as the level to look for the buy. And if you get the opportunity, fantastic. But if it does consolidate only to begin to reject and pop below it, then I feel there's a good chance we're going to retrace the majority of the previous weekly candle. There's a fair bit of news this week too, isn't there? What have we got today? Tomorrow's a big one. I'll be on for CPI. I might have a plan for that, guys. I'm going to try to do a bit more back testing. We may even try to do it later on the Zoom call. We'll try. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Retail sales later for NY. Obviously massive day for the pound tomorrow and Thursday. Got unemployment claims on Thursday as well for the US dollar. High impact news for the pound once again, and for the euro with PMI. That's also a massive week, and also PMI for the US dollar. So the big one. So my Aussie today kept rates unchanged. what happened? What was the speech? Assuming it was quite hawkish. So I'm assuming they come out and said they're not going to look to cut rates anytime soon, and hence why it moved up, but it's now retraced the whole move. Because inflation is definitely not under control here in Australia. Plus, it's a basket of goods and services too. What is it? Is it CPI? Core CPI doesn't include food and that. I think that, if I'm not mistaken. So what they sometimes do, they replace certain items with other items. Because I was listening to a podcast about silver, and a gentleman who's very affluent was saying how they can replace coffee with tea, and tea may not have been going up, whereas coffee prices have been going up like crazy, coffee beans and that. So it's not really a true indicator. To be honest, they have no idea. I have absolutely no idea about the real inflation. Only people in the community do. When it affects you guys going to obviously fill up petrol, go to do your shopping. When you fill up one bag at the supermarket and it's costing you, you know, almost a day's pay. It's just ridiculous. Ben, lack of weekly top week is interesting. Yeah, it is. Once again, you know exactly how I feel about that. As long as we do continue to respect levels of resistance on the pullback within the weekly, don't necessarily need to create the upper week, but yeah, there is still a high chance, or a probability. There's always a probability it could pull back. But then monthly is just hanging in a balance. It is too, isn't it? Pretty much right near its open. Dawn, what do I need to do to be the YouTube live? Need to be in the Discord group, mate. So it's a free group, so there's nothing stopping you joining, my friend. TikTok? What I missed? A lot of follows, appreciate it, guys. Alright, so gold's at the support. So this is where you can start to look for some structure to form for a potential buy now, whether it be in the 15 and correlating with a nice strong closure in the M30, or whether you wait for it to happen on the 30, what you're seeing, you're coming closer to the 4-hour closure. If that was to be the case, then what I want to see in the new 4-hour is price actually respect the low of the current one. Actually, it's not that big a deal as long as we respect this support, so maybe I take that back. But what I want to see is on the 15-minute consolidation and a bit of it creating that low wick in the new 4-hour. Hit a structure. As price begins to do this, lining it up with the 30, it closes back strong bullish. So maybe like so, bullish engulfing. Be nice if prior to it you have a bit of consolidation in the M30. Respecting this support, so similar to what we had over here. It could be a Xauusd to look to buy it back up. That could potentially be the lowest point once again of the new weekly candle. Potentially. And it sells from back above. Now GJ, it's respecting his 500 level. I still got my trade running. I'm just trailing the stop loss on my earlier trades. The full position in. So GJ, if it respects this level, creating some high lows, high highs. So I mean, right now looks like it could retest the highs. So if it does begin to pop back up, then I'd be looking for buys above that bearish counter closure. So a closure above 200.69 roughly. Price to close above, go off that bearish candle. Then what we're likely going to do is retest the high. And with the volume, momentum, or the momentum and the fact that we are trending, we are creating, if we do begin to close above, create a higher low. So if we pop above the current daily counts high, we're going to create a higher high. and we're likely going to create another clean impulse to the upside. So GJ looks really good for continued buys. Now, as I mentioned before, if we do begin to form a support here and consolidate, starts close back below 200.4, then there is a high probability we'll come back down towards 210, 200.1, 200.0.10, and that could be a potential option to sell it, but very risky considering it will be counter trend and it is in a big uptrend right now. So that could be the option, but I prefer to look for the buys. And you know what, guys, I think I'm gonna call it because I'm gonna come back for MI. So I want to go make some dinner, relax, get some analysis done, sent in some Discord group prior to MI session. TikTok, I might be on. I might stream live for MI. I'm not gonna stream it on on YouTube. I may stream it on TikTok, so just keep an eye out. Make sure to follow me if you're not already done so. Also, make sure to follow me on YouTube, so in case you don't find me on TikTok sometime, you know where I'm at, so you can follow me on there. You find me on YouTube streaming. Anything else? Yeah, so make sure to jump in Discord. I've sent a link into the chat, guys, if you want to join the Zoom call later on for MI. If you'd like to know any more about the services I do provide, links or how you can contact me is down below in the description. Make sure to follow me on IG, TikTok, all that jazz. And I appreciate you all joining today. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're not done so on the way out, and I will catch you guys later for MI for those of you in the Discord, and otherwise I'll catch you guys for CPI tomorrow on YouTube at about 6:30 AM UK time. Until then, guys, trade safe, take care.
See you later, bro.
I'll catch you guys later. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, guys.